from Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 10.
Well, let's get right to Husker baseball. They do some spring cleaning over a top 15 ranked team. Nebraska securing massive wins in front of a sea of red. Take a look at this, a packed house in Haymarket Park today. One of our viewers sending us pictures from above, and this series setting a new attendance record for a Big Ten series with more than 21,000 fans filling the stands. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. Not much to say today other than wow, the baseball team making a big statement. They take down the USC Trojans. Let's send things over to our sports anchor, Jake Coleman. He has the highlights from today's victory. Jake?
Well, Nebraska needed to prove something this weekend, and they did exactly that, breaking out the brooms and sweeping USC and doing it in dominating fashion. The Sea of Red was out today at Haymarket Park, breaking a weekend attendance record for a Big Ten series. Nebraska found themselves in a big deficit early, down 3. Ty Horton, though, comes in to relieve, throwing 5 innings, only 1 run given up. But the bats still needed to get going. And that began, though, in the bottom of the 4th. Couple of runners on here. First pitch swinging is Mac Moyer, bringing him home with no doubt, lighting this stadium on fire and giving Nebraska their first lead, 6-5. Well, it was runs galore after that. Nebraska routs USC yet again, making this back-to-back 10-run wins over the Trojans. Your final score is 16-6, and the sweep is complete. Nebraska goes 4-0 on the week and should definitely have vaulted themselves back in that top 25 come Monday morning. And this series truly was a big one. Today's win marks the first series sweep over a ranked team since 2015. We'll talk more about that here in our Sports Zone. For now, Mackenzie, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Jake. And today, this game was fun for everyone getting a chance to get involved. Take a look, it was Sensory Day at the ballpark. Sensory stations and a break room were set up by the Autism Family Network for kids to have a calming activity away from all of the action. Looks like they were all having a lot of fun. Well, Leon made a local effort to return a beloved horse. Epona Horse Rescue taking in a horse after an auction just last week. And shortly after sharing his story, the director receiving an unexpected call from Minnesota. Now, the horse taking a journey across state lines driven by compassion. Channel 8's Emma Norwood has the story.
What started as a routine rescue quickly turning into a multi-state mission. The horse you see here, Rango, arriving at Epona Horse Rescue after being bought at auction by director Lynn Guyton.
I made a commitment to him that he would be safe.
He was in need of a lot of loving care and a second chance. The rescue posting Rango on social media, introducing him to the Creek community and reconnecting him with his past.
I realized I had a voicemail on my phone from a Minnesota number. And it was a woman who was reaching out and saying, saying that, hey, I think that horse might be a horse that we sold a while back. We've been looking for him. Her daughter in Minnesota spotted the auction picture. It popped up on her newsfeed as an advertisement.
From there, coordination began, crossing state lines and working with multiple people to safely get Rango back to his family.
The young couple that came here and picked him up used to volunteer for me. They now live over on the Iowa-Minnesota, close to the Iowa-Minnesota border in central Iowa. They stepped up and were like, hey, we'll pick him up for you. We're going to be in Lincoln that weekend. Everything has just been a miracle.
What could have been just another intake story becoming something much bigger.
We have been looking for Rango since December 18th of 2022.
A reminder of the power of community and connection.
It was a gift to my daughter, Courtney, for high school graduation. And we really have missed him and just so appreciative of everybody that has been involved in finding him. It's been a roller coaster.
Reporting in Crete, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
I love that story. Now, we actually have a pretty good update here. Not too long ago, Epona Horse Rescue posting these pictures of Rango finally reunited with his family today. They say there were tears of happiness all around. Awesome to see the story officially close with a happy ending. Let's get you a look at your first forecast now on this Sunday night. Here's a live look outside through our network of cameras. A pretty decent night out there. We had a really great day today. Not terribly windy out there, not too cold. Will these nice temperatures keep on rolling? Let's go on over to Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins to find out. Rusty?
Well, it's April, so just about anything can happen this time of year. And I think instead of going down, we're going to be on the upward swing for our temperatures over the next couple of days. Today, just about right. 70 degrees for the high in Lincoln. That's one of my favorite high temperatures. 70 in Grand Island. Warmer to the south and west, cooler to the north and east. Look at that, 58 in O'Neill. Only 51 today in Valentine, but not too far west in Chattern. It was 70, so a big difference there. 21st and L Street, looking at the Allo camera, a very quiet evening. Well, it's Sunday, so that makes sense. Just a couple of clouds here and there. No precipitation expected for a little while. Temperature-wise, we're almost back into the 30s in northeastern Nebraska, but everybody else in the 40s and 50s. We're at 53 right now in Lincoln, 52 in Grand Island, 59 in McCook. The wind, that has been the perfect part of today. It was not windy. I mean, in April, that's hard to do, and that's what we did today. So it made for a really nice day, and it's still not very windy out there at all. Temperature-wise, I think we'll drop into the upper 30s and then eventually get back into the middle 60s by noon. And again, the wind won't be an issue. So another really nice day headed our way, just warmer, and that continues. We'll take a look at that forecast in a couple of minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty. We're following two developing stories tonight with information slowly trickling in. The first, a blaze near 53rd Street. The second, a crash on I-80 prompting a large law enforcement response. Now, these two dangerous incidents happening at roughly the same time this afternoon. Here's the first scene near 53rd Street and Layton Avenue. Firefighters finding this detached garage engulfed in flames just before 1 o'clock today. Now you can see here in just a second the charred remains of the garage. It didn't take crews too long to get it under control. That's the good news. We're waiting to hear back from Lincoln Fire and Rescue tonight on the cause of the blaze and how much damage it left behind. And take a look here. Law enforcement on the scene of a crash this afternoon just north of Lincoln. This was on the eastbound lanes of I-80 at the 56th Street exit just before 1 o'clock as well. They never ended up closing any of the lanes during their investigation, and we've reached out to authorities to get information on whether there are injuries. If we hear anything back, we'll keep you updated. Also developing now, a horrific scene in Shreveport, Louisiana. According to authorities, a gunman killing 8 children and shooting multiple others this morning during a domestic dispute. This is now the deadliest mass shooting in the U.S. in more than 2 years. You're taking a look now at some of the scenes that police are investigating tonight. They're searching for evidence at 2 homes and a 3rd location. Police say Shamar Elkins shot 7 of his own children and their mother, along with another child and another woman. All of the children died, 7 of them, but the mother involved and another woman are in critical condition. According to authorities, the victims are between the ages of 1 and about 12. After the shootings, authorities say Elkins carjacked a vehicle and led police on a chase. He was eventually shot and killed by officers. The community left shocked and grieving after the tragedy.
Every mental health consultant, counselor that is out here, this family and this community needs you. I need you. Because how do we get through this? How do we get to the next level? It is real and this is raw. And these are the tragedies when there are domestic violence or domestic disturbances in our community.
Right now, investigators don't have a motive for the killings, but they believe a domestic dispute led to the violence. Well, stay with us. We have more headed your way after the break, including a ship struck. The U.S. fires on an Iranian-flagged ship. What this means for the ceasefire between the 2 countries. Stick with us.
A really nice day out there weather-wise. We had temperatures near normal, lots of sunshine, not a whole lot of wind. We don't do that very often around here, but we might do it again tomorrow. Forecast when we come back.
Fire in the war in Iran grows even more fragile today. President Donald Trump posting on Truth Social accusing Iran of firing bullets in the Strait of Hormuz. Trump says the U.S. is offering a reasonable deal to Iran in Pakistan, where another round of peace talks is set to take place. He's also reviving the same threats he delivered before the ceasefire if a deal is not reached. According to the president, the U.S. firing on Iran today as well. Now, this video here, released by Central Command this afternoon, showing a U.S. destroyer intercepting that Iranian ship you can see right there. They say it was attempting to pass through the U.S. blockade. They then forcibly took control of that ship. This all happening as another round of peace talks is slated to happen in Pakistan. Here's ABC's Selena Wang.
President Trump reacting to the war with Iran amid negotiations and mixed messages over who has control over the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. has a blockade in place, but Iran says its Navy controls the passage. On Saturday, less than 24 hours after the president said the waterway was completely open, 2 ships came under fire as they tried to pass through it, according to UK maritime monitors. Audio obtained by ABC News capturing a radio message sent by an Indian-flagged oil tanker.
Sepa Navy. This is Motorangastan Marhadal. You gave me clearance to go. My name second on your list. You gave me clearance to go. You are fighting now. Let me turn back.
President Trump on social media Sunday saying the U.S. forcibly seized an Iranian-flagged cargo ship near the strait that tried to pass the naval blockade. Iran has yet to respond. The president also announcing his representatives will be heading to Islamabad, Pakistan, for another round of peace talks on Monday, adding attacks on Iran may continue if an agreement is not reached by Wednesday when the ceasefire between the two countries expires.
The outcome of these talks will be incredibly consequential, and as the president has stated, he is prepared to escalate to de-escalate.
On social media, the president saying if Iran does not take the U.S. deal, quote, the United States is going to knock out every single power plant and every single bridge in Iran.
Well, they said they want to escalate to de-escalate. They've escalated to devastation.
Media outlets affiliated with Iran's Revolutionary Guard, citing unnamed sources, say Tehran is not planning to take part in a second round of talks as long as the blockade remains and if Vice President J.D. Vance is not present. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the vice president would accompany Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law, to Islamabad, Pakistan, for the second round of talks. Selena Wang, ABC News, Washington.
New at 10, donations for domestic violence survivors. The Friendship Home of Lincoln has been stuffing this bus with all sorts of items, from hygiene to household necessities. Now you can see the Star Tran bus parked right outside of Walmart today in this video sent into our Now Local News app by citizen journalist Brian. And here's what the bus looked like at the end of it all. Truly stuffed full of items that will surely go a long way for people in need.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
I've been watching this 48th and Cornhusker Highway ABC Seamless Cam for like the last couple of minutes, and it's fascinating to watch people maneuver their way around all of the orange cones. It's orange cone season, by the way. It's severe weather season too, but it's orange cone season. Look at, I mean, it's hard to tell where you're going to go next. This fascinates me to no end. Anyway, so does the weather. And here we go. Temperatures right now, 30s up here, 40s, 50s, trying to hang on to 60 in McCook, but we're at 53 in Lincoln. Nobody else at 53. 57 in Falls City, 52 in York and Grand Island, and Kearney, 51 in Aurora. Only 45 in Columbus. But this is warmer than we were yesterday, not by a whole lot for some of us, but 10 to 15 degrees warmer towards the Tri-Cities. The wind, that was the cherry on top of today. Just very little wind. It was a little breezy, I think, in the morning, but other than that, it was really nice, and it's still less than 15 miles per hour. In April, if you can be less than 15 miles per hour at any point during the day, you're usually doing pretty good, and it's been like this all day. So hopefully you were, and it's a Sunday, hopefully you were able to get out and enjoy. A couple of clouds out there right now, otherwise just mostly clear skies, and this is going to continue. Stormcast showing just a few clouds here and there, but by early tomorrow morning, mostly clear. Here comes the cloud cover again. It's not thick cloud cover, just some thin cirrus clouds, and that would be about it. No precipitation. Unfortunately, we do need the rainfall, and that is going to continue probably for a good portion of the summer, I would think, unless we can day after day after day of just some light to moderate rainfall with no severe weather. That would be fantastic. Just it doesn't happen this time of year. If we see rainfall, it usually comes with the chance for severe weather. Speaking of, here's our next chance. This is a very early heads up that we could see some spot thunderstorms here by Thursday afternoon. A couple of areas here could be on the strong to severe side, similar to what happened last week, where we had that severe weather chance in eastern Nebraska, but most of it was in this area. Wants to happen again, but it's just that last cold front blew through so fast that kept us from seeing severe weather anywhere in Nebraska. Doesn't look like this cold front is as fast as it was last week. So watching it closely, because this is still, it's Sunday. We still have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to go. So something we'll keep an eye on, and then everything moves off to the east. The chance is there. We're right on the edge. But does that mean we'll see severe weather? Well, maybe. But this goes all the way south and goes all the way up towards Des Moines. Again, it's very similar to what happened last week. Tonight, temperatures in the 30s. And when I say last week, I mean Friday. Wasn't that long ago. Middle 30s tonight, so another chilly start to the day, but we'll get into the upper 70s and lower 80s as we head through your Monday, and then look at that, upper 80s on Tuesday. Record highs this time of year, way above that. 84 on Wednesday, 81 on Thursday. There's that cold front coming through. Look how strong it is. We go from 81 to 66. Small chance for some rain on Saturday. Arbor Day looks pretty good. Small chance for rain on Monday. I mean, it's that time of year. These days could move, or the rain chances could move left or right one day or two as we get closer there to those days. But we go from the 70s and 80s for much of the week to 60s by Friday and beyond.
All right, thank you so much, Rusty. Right now, the champion of the Orbital Odyssey is crowned. The race began at 8 a.m. yesterday. 78 bikers lining up at the start line. Each of them had to complete a 10.3-mile loop every hour on the hour. For more than an entire day, those bicyclists battling it out, and now only one is left standing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We made it. Woo! All right. Yeah.
It took 25 hours to find a winner in this race. Riders making laps from sunrise to sunset, through the night last night, and all the way into this morning. Jake Collins from Beatrice is the champion of the race after riding a total of 257.5 miles. Now, we were keeping a pretty close eye on this competition, and I have to say, it is truly astonishing to think of what all these bicyclists were able to accomplish. I don't even know that I could do one full lap, let alone 25, so that's pretty incredible. They're planning to do another race next year. And coming up in sports, the Big Red gets a big sweep. Nebraska dominates number 12 USC in front of a packed home crowd. Plus, we'll reveal our athlete of the week. Stick with us.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Greens Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with sports anchor Jake Homan. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Welcome into your Sports Zone. A great weekend to be a Husker fan. I'm starting to say that a lot, but it's hard not to when both baseball and softball just keep on winning. Let's begin this thing, though, at Hawks Field, where Nebraska closed out the series today versus number 12, USC. The Sea of Red out at Haymarket Park. Fans breaking out the brooms, getting ready for this sweep, but it wasn't going to come easy. Nebraska down early 5-2. In comes Ty Horn to relieve, throwing 5 innings, only 1 run given up, but the bats still needed to get going, and that started to kind of come together there in the bottom of the 4th. Couple runners on, and Mac Moyer says, "I'll bring him home." No doubt the 3-run shot lighting the stadium on fire, giving Nebraska their first lead of the afternoon. And, well, it didn't end there. It was runs galore all day. Nebraska scoring 12 of them in just the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings combined, including a grand slam by the freshman Drew Grigo. Nebraska routs USC again. Your final score 16-6, marking a perfect week for the Big Red, going 4-0, and really just another resume building weekend that should go a long way come Selection Sunday. And, well, Nebraska also their first ranked series win since 2015, and they now improve to 19-1 at home. This team is on fire. And Huskers softball wrapping up their road series versus Minnesota today. They face their first deficit of the weekend, though, down 2-1 early, but Jessie Farrell wouldn't let that last long. Her 2-run shot marks back-to-back days where she gone yard. Later in the 4th, though, Jordy Fromm getting involved in this one. She also goes deep left. Huskers offense showing out yet again today. Nebraska run rules Minnesota for their 11th straight win. Your final score 11-2. The Huskers will play in Omaha on Tuesday, but then have a home series next weekend versus Iowa. Now, imagine hitting your first 2 home runs of the season, not just in the same game, but the same inning. Well, for Concordia's Lacey Joseph, she doesn't have to. That's why she's been named our Athlete of the Week.
The following segment is sponsored by Menards.
Just like that, we have a tie ball game. It's a 2-run homer from Lacey Joseph.
Concordia's Lacey Joseph came up big for the Bulldogs Friday in a doubleheader versus Waldorf.
Those 2 home runs just felt amazing, honestly.
Game number 1, Concordia scored a season-high 20 runs. And for Joseph, she connected on her first 2 home runs of the year. And they didn't just come in the same game, but the same inning.
That's her 2nd home run of the inning.
Joseph finished the day with 4 hits, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. She described her team as being extra motivated that afternoon.
It was awesome, honestly. Like, I don't know. I think we were just so into this game, and we were like, okay, we need to go into it because we need these points for GPAC and to get into the tournament. So our whole team was like, we need to come on, let's go get some hits.
And they got them. In that Friday doubleheader, the Bulldogs had a team combined 40 hits. This season, the starting second baseman is hitting .304 with 28 hits and 19 RBIs. And right now, the Bulldogs sit at 1 game above 500 and are tied for 6th in the GPAC standings. Joseph says if Concordia wants a shot at the playoffs, they've got to keep that momentum going and keep the bats hot.
I honestly feel like our performance with hitting is a big thing, and then just coming together as a team. I think that this year this team is a really close, tight-knit group, and that's what's pushed us a lot of the way, and I think we need to use that to our advantage in the final stretch of the season.
And before we go, some more playoff hockey tonight in Sioux Falls. The Lincoln Stars trying to avoid a 2-0 deficit. And it wasn't a great start. The Stampede put their stamp early. Stars trailed by 2. All of a sudden, we got a 1-score game, and Cade Kohansky comes through, ties it up at 3. So to free hockey we go. And this time around, the hero in overtime is your Lincoln Stars, Alex Pelletier. Stars completing the comeback. Just an incredible win. Lincoln takes this one 4-3, and this is just the Stampede's second loss in nearly 2 months. Coming into this contest, they've won 12 of their past 13, so Lincoln shocking the hockey world with a big-time victory tonight, and now this series is all knotted up, and it will head back to the capital city this Friday night, April 24th. Puck drop 7:05 at the Icebox. That place should be electric. And that will do it for your sports stuff. Now, McKinsey, will go ahead and send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Jake. Stick with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Current temperatures are in the 40s and 50s, so trying to hang on to the 50s in most spots, but we'll eventually drop into the upper 20s, lower, middle, and upper 30s by early tomorrow morning, and then we really start to warm up. Lower and middle and upper 70s, even some lower and middle 80s. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw some 90s further south and west. We will certainly see some 90s south and west on Tuesday. Just about everybody in the middle and upper 80s for Tuesday afternoon. And then we continue warm temperatures through Thursday, but then we really cool off by the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Rusty, and thank you all for joining us. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow starting at 5 a.m.
Plan your next game night out or celebrate any milestone with us, because happy hour is even happier when you're winning. Only at Warhorse Casino, minutes from downtown in Lincoln.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and redeem them for gift cards. Scan the QR code to join.